Hey, everybody, welcome to the Iron Man Experience, a podcast about society, entertainment, art, culture, life, sports, and of course, pets. In continuation to the Burfi Diaries series that we've been covering, chronicling our journey with Burfi, our 5 month old golden retriever. Today, I'm going to talk about the mental aspect of having a pet at home, especially if you're a first time pet owner and you've never had pets before, especially a pet dog. What are the mindsets? What are the things to keep in mind? Or how do you reset your mind to accept a new member in the family? Now, just not the financial aspect, but the mental aspect of it. What are the challenges that you can face? What are the tests of patience that you can face? I'm going to share some insights out of my experience, and maybe some of that will help you make up your mind and be clear before you adopt a puppy. So let's jump right in. What are the top three wrong reasons to have a puppy or get a puppy at home? Oh, I love photographs. I love Instagram and Facebook. I'm going to post a lot of puppy videos there and go viral. Number two, the neighbors have it, so I need to have one too. And number three, oh, they're puppies. I just love small puppies. Well, there's nothing wrong with having an emotional reaction while you decide to have a puppy at home. It's also important to remember that they are not going to be this much for the rest of their lives. They grow very fast. And so once they are like this, they're just like this for about a month or 2 months. And then they grow bigger, especially you have big dogs like a golden retriever or German Shepherd or some of these big dogs, right? They grow very fast unless you choose to have a small dog, which is different. But they won't be puppies forever, either ways. You want to post great pictures on Instagram, post other people's dogs. There are enough people who will, if you're a good photographer, they will let you do that. I guess you get the drift. I'm not trying to be discouraging here. I'm trying to make you think of the right reasons to have a puppy. You need an emotional bonding, you love animals, you want to help protect or adopt a dog. All of these are the right and noble reasons. Of course, you find puppies cute, and that's one of the drivers as well. But it's also important to be an animal lover, not just a puppy lover. And when you become an animal lover, then the whole 10-year journey, 12-year journey, depending on the breed of the dog, becomes easier. See, the net of the story is this: having a pup at home is not a project, it's a way of life. Right? For 10, 12 years, you've been leading a particular way of life. Those 10 next following 10, 12 years are going to be different. It's like having a new additional member in the family. It's not an object that you have at home. It will just lie in some corner. When you say activate, it will start playing. When you hit the pause button, it will stop. It's not like that. It's a living being. It'll have its moods, swings, emotions, health, e- everything, and that will impact you. So if you are an animal lover inherently, then chances are that you will not feel it as a burden. So first up, be very clear yourself in your mind. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing it now? Why not same time next year? Why are you so keen? Is there because of a particular situation in life that you are going through? Is it an emotional void that you are feeling? What if that emotional void goes away tomorrow? Will you feel the same way? So once you are clear about the why, ask the people around you. Clearly it's not a one person decision. As is the case with human babies, it takes a village to raise a child. As is the case with the puppies, you will need a lot of support system. Do you have the adequate support system? And are these people keen to have the puppy as well? Are they informed? Are they trained enough? So if you have a domestic help, some people think, well, we have a lot of domestic help. Well, if you had to keep the dog with the domestic help, then why did you get it? Right? Somewhere it's your dog, it's your child, it's your baby, so you've got to take care of it, right? And a domestic help can be an additional support, not the primary caregiver. You are the primary caregiver. And if you're not clear on that aspect of it, then first port of call is be very clear of it, clear on that aspect, that you are the primary owner, you're the parent, you become the dog parent, and so it's your child that you're going to take care of. So I don't mean to sound very dramatic about all this, but these are absolute realities. And yes, domestic help and support are important, but they may not be groomed enough or trained enough. You might want to just go out for a movie. The first impact in your mind is, well, there's somebody at home. but that person might not know how to handle a child or a pup. They have never been told how to do it. Just having a bowl of water or food available and you kept the television on, that is not taking care of the pup, right? And so it is very important to know the ecosystem around you and how they will react when they have a puppy at home. It will impact your mobility, your freedom to travel. Hey, it's 10 p.m., let's go out for a drive, and you have a puppy at home. The puppy won't sleep because there would be anxiety issues, separation issues. The puppy might think that you're abandoning him or her. Whole bunch of things. Can you carry the puppy? The puppy might puke in the car. What do you do? So somewhere you have to. Then this is the change in your lifestyle. So figure out 3 or 4 scenarios, like what are the immediate impact in your life that will happen or that will need to be changed on account of having a puppy at home. So in your mind you are clear, you figured out the ecosystem, as in the domestic help or support system if you have any. And then of course speak with your family members. Are they ready for it? Are they up for it? Again, for the same test, do they want it for the right reasons? See, in a family of 6 or 10, and you think, oh, there are so many people, we live in a joint family, it's not a problem, somehow will somebody or the other will take care of it. The dog will get confused when they get multiple sets of commands from different people, especially some of the one man dogs or one person dogs like a German shepherd. They will react very differently. So it's important to check with the family how they would receive a new member in the family. If you have a smallish family, like a 3 member, 4 member family, remember, it cannot be your prerogative and your onus all the time to take care of everything about the dog. The responsibility has to be shared equally with everybody. Now, you might be very high on the passion, everybody is low on that quotient. Then again, there is a challenge. Think of the scenario, right? You're probably having dinner, all of you having a meal together. The guests have come, the puppy gets very excited and pees all over the place or poops on the floor. Now, you can't suddenly blow your top off and lose your cool because the puppy did so, because that's what puppies do. They get excited to see people, especially family dogs and friendly dogs. And so they have not been trained yet. And so if you have a set of friends who don't like dogs, then there is a problem there, right? So all of these tantamount to the change in lifestyle. So which is why I said, think of the scenarios that you have. Think of a weekend scenario. You're stepping out for a movie, for a restaurant. In India, there are a few pet restaurants, but not as many, right? And so some of your top restaurants, your favorite restaurants, might not allow pets. What do you do then, right? Who takes care? Are there pet sitters available in your area? Very few places have that. And would you want to? That's the other question. Are you okay to sacrifice that? You love going out for long drives. Now you can't. Are you okay with that? Right. You love listening to loud music on your home theater 7.1 surround system, but now that you can't play the music so loud for a puppy because it might burst their eardrums. It can happen with human children as well. So these are subtle, minor, but changes nevertheless. Are you cognizant of these changes? Are you aware that you will have to make the necessary adjustments in your lifestyle so that the puppy feels more welcome? So, when you decide to get a puppy home, clearly there's an emotional reaction. We all agree to that. There has to be this practical reaction, right? The analytical reaction, and I'm not even getting into the financial aspect of it, but the practical everyday issues. So have that discussion with yourself, be clear, talk to the people near you, and if possible talk to people who've recently adopted a pet. So like, I'm doing this video for exactly people like me who have not had a pet history. When you speak with those people who've traditionally have had pets, they might make it sound a little more easier than it actually is. And so it is important to, of course, learn from their experiences, because they will also have an additional incremental knowledge, but also have a first-hand experience, that because you've not had that reference to context of having a pet before insofar. And so once you get real information, all of this, give it some more time. If there is an iota of doubt, give it some more time. And if you are absolutely clear that yes, now I know what it entails to have an additional member in the family, an additional puppy, which we have to, a living being, which we have to take care of 100% of the time, then I am mentally, emotionally prepared for it. Well, that's all the time I had for this particular episode. I hope you got a sense, a direct first hand view of the thoughts to have, the mindset to be clear of, the doubts to clarify before you make that all important decision to go for a puppy, to have a puppy at home. And clearly, if you know of people who are in that particular situation, who are confused, who want it but are not sure how, please may I request you to share this episode with them and some of these episodes, so that at least they get some reference to context instead of just merely assuming by themselves. And of course, there's a lot of stuff available online as well, but there's like first timers guide to having a pet, right? So I hope that helped. And in the next episode, I'm going to talk about the next phase, which is now that you've got the puppy at home, what do? You work in a high pressure cooker environment. You're probably working from home 3 days in a week or 4 days in a week, and the dog is barking at the door. You're in this important customer conversation or a client conversation. There's gnawing, there's chewing, there's barking, there is poop and pee all over. It's a puppy, right? It's probably all over the house. What do you do? How do you stay happy? How do you stay alert? How do you stay balanced? It will test your patience. It will test your agitation levels. It will test your mental and emotional and physical fatigue levels. And so how do you get over that? How do you manage that? Clearly, the intent of this is to share first-hand experiences. And it's a no frill, straight talk. It's rather slow burn. So there's no rapid content here. So please do keep that in mind while you listen to this podcast. It's something to take your time, sit back, relax, probably use your headphones if possible. And if there are any audio disturbances or video quality is not really up to the mark, please ignore that. I'm just starting out on my YouTube journey, as it were. So with that, until we meet the next time, stay well, stay safe. This is your host, Ian, and you were listening to the Iron Man Experience. Peace out.